All right, so welcome back. So this is from a series of readings in horary. These are usually very straightforward, unlike my other readings, and this is going to be quite short compared to my other readings, which is a good thing because that means gives me time to still do astrology, but not too long. I'm getting triggered by so many things, but and I have Ménière's, and it's a long story. Let's see what we get here. I'm gonna share the chart though. See what we get. Okay, so here the ascendant is in Cancer. Okay, and you're represented by the moon. The querent is represented by the moon. The question was last night's message for me? Basically, it's a yes or no question. Um, and the question was message. Usually that ties into the third house. Um, because they were questioning also the authenticity of it. That's somewhat vague in horary astrology. Um, but it's also probably state of mind is doesn't apply here. That's still the first house you keep, Mercury and Mercury does make sense. But okay, let's take a look here. So the question was message. Okay, here. Communication, correspondence, okay, media questions, maybe assigned here as well. Um, so media questions doesn't necessarily mean like media as in media itself, but like things that are online, things that are done through media sources. Okay. We'll see what else we can find though. I would say there's something to do with the 11th house. Because could also be like a social activity or a sort of a organization or a collective, a group. But it also could be the past, because the 12th house, which is often plans to indicate events that occurred before the question was asked. So indicate events that occurred before the question was asked. So in this case, it's past stuff. So it could be the 12th house, it could be the 11th. But we'll take a look at what we see here first for the actual query, which was basically communication or the message itself. Um, so it's ruled by the sun. The cusp of the third house is ruled by the sun. Is there an aspect between the sun and Mercury? Yes, there is. Right? It's conjunct here. The answer to your question is if it were specifically the message itself, the answer would be yes. But if we're talking about um, it pertaining to um, it's also the message, but in terms of like where it was coming from, I guess that could be it. Because that I did confirm that it was the authenticity of that. But yeah, I wouldn't look into the 11th to the 12th house. But if it's 12th house, let's take a look. Is there a planet to the 12th house or the 11th house? Is there an aspect to, so what sign rules, what sign rules the cusp of the 11th house? Let's go back to the 11th house. If we were to answer that question, we would look into Jupiter, which is a traditional ruler of Pisces, but there's no connection between Mercury and Jupiter here. However, there is a question, the connection between the question itself and then Jupiter, right? So that means that the answer there would be no. So you have yes and no. Now, if we were to look at the modern ruler of Pisces, which is here, Neptune, it's starting to be included in horary for some reason. Usually it doesn't. We were really strict with the rules of traditional astrology, but Neptune is part of the sun. There is an aspect to Mercury from Neptune to Mercury here, I believe. Is there even an aspect to it? No, there isn't. You can't answer that question. So here we don't have the question to the answer to the question that comes from it from the 11th house. But we do have it here from the 12th house. I think we do. Hold on, let me double check. It's not Mercury. No, because we went through the moon, in relation to the moon. The moon is aspecting nothing else. But the message is from the sun. So I would say yes and no. So that means that it could be that the question, whether it's on this authentic, it was really for you. Yes, because it's a message that was intended for you, probably through you. I don't know, whatever it was for you, but it could be that it's for something else. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense. So the answer here that I'm getting is mostly the first one is yes, but there's a secondary no. So take it as that. You can always confirm with the person who's reading for you. But in any case, that's it. So very straightforward. If you have any questions, in addition to this particular time that this question was posed, then ask that. Otherwise, if it's the same question, exact same question that you're curious about, then ask it between 3 and 6 months from now. So I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. For those who are new to my channel, welcome back or welcome. I hope that was fun. It was still a bit fun for me, even I'm a little triggered. I think that's it. See you guys later.